If you want to see me roast Suspect, I just roasted him at Defiant Brandon on YouTube and all platforms. Man, it's been a hell of a week.
You went up to No Jumper as an intellectual, and you got caught in the circus. It seems like it's inevitable.
Yeah.
Because DW said it don't matter what type of time you're trying to be on up there. They want the crash outs, and they're going to manifest it to happen some type of way. So from the man himself, from the horse's mouth himself, what happened?
We were sitting down getting ready to start, and bro was high and slurring his speech, and he was like, something. He was talking about somebody else, not me, to be
Which
clear.
he did say.
Right.
Is that what he said?
He
Or
said,
N-word with the hard ER. We can't say
sorry. He said N-word with the hard ER, right? Crazy black people can't even say the N-word with the hard ER. He said N-word with the hard ER. So I jokingly was like, did you just say the N-word with the hard ER?
Mm-hmm.
Man, listen, bro just went off. Like, have you ever seen a tweaker go off? You ever been with a chick who just ain't rap tight and she just explode, nigga? She like, I'm gonna give you some pussy, and you be like, all right, can I get some? What the fuck? You know how it go.
Right. He went off like what? Like
bro
pressure
just
line
like
went off?
snapped. No, he just started like yelling.
He had a
But he
tantrum.
wasn't yelling at me. He was yelling at the engineers. Looking at them like, y'all, didn't y'all like validation? Like, tell this dude I never say. And I just was like, that's why when it started, I was like, you did say it. It wasn't even a big deal.
Yeah.
It was so minor. But he just kept going. And then, I was just being cool about it. But then, you just talking and posturing. So I was just like, bro, listen, you're not going to do anything. You're talking because this is what you do. Chill the hell out. Bro, so then I told him he's acting like a B from the projects. That's when the B talk started. You a B.
Oh, you can say B.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you a bitch. I call him a bitch first. So I will take credit for that.
So you led with that.
I'll take credit for it. I'll say, yes, that was me. And then he was like, only bitch I see is you. And da-da-da. But the thing with me is when Kelpie called the nigga bitch, bro took off on bro.
Spit on the man.
So when I saw that, I was like, okay, this guy is selective. He knows who to try shit on, right? 18-year-old white kids, old elderly white dudes like Lush, and unfortunate poor.
So when you
poor
said
young damsels like
when you called him
like
when you called him a bitch, that mean in your mind you was ready to take it there. Like you was hoping to get the reaction.
Did you
wanted.
purposely call him a bitch?
I literally was like, I was just telling him what he was acting like. Because that's how he was acting like he was acting like an incoherent baby mama when she arguing with her baby daddy about why he ain't sending the child support money. Like,
okay.
You know how some women, they just turn their mind off and they just go, their ears are gone. They just, I'm just like, bro, you act like a bitch from the projects or something. And it's like with bro, like, I know bro went to private school. I know this is not who you are per se. You've adopted this and I'm all about growth, man.
Yeah.
We ain't trying to regress. And I looked at videos of bro from 2 years ago and he's acting the same way. I'm like, bro, listen, I'm gonna give you all this gold. Bro, it is totally sad that the black people who we call FBA, right? The only representation of us on No Jumper is two niggas that are on drugs, acting cracked out. It's not Brick so much, but freaking this dude just tripping. And then the tether, quote unquote, Flacco, is the only one who's even acting respectable or actually acting like they're using their brain to pod. This reflects to me a bigger issue within the black community. Like, we constantly talk about how everybody holding us back, but when you look at little situations like that, like these guys, no one's making them do what they're doing. They're doing that because they want to, but then they know that we'll blame the outside influences. It's just disgusting to me. And that's what I got when he was doing that. I'm just like, bro, you are the only actual host here. If anybody was going to keep things organized, keep things in order, not fly off the handle, it should have been you. But before the show started, you just flipping out. That tells me you're not in control anymore.
So it died down. Y'all went on to do more topics. Brick calls in. And that's when it turns back up. So did he spark back up when Brick was on the phone? Because that's the time that I popped back in and the call was ending. And then somebody in the thing said something about fighting. And that's when you was like, bro, no, he's not trying to fight from what I've seen.
Brick, it was dead. Brick was like, yo, what's going on? Obviously, Brick don't know what the hell's going on. He's in jail. This nigga like, oh, you know the usual. This nigga said something, and I told him, he lit up like Dennis the Menace or something. Like he was like a proud son. My dad's called this type of shit. I was just like, so I'm just chilling, and we've been talking about the news, so it was deaded as far as I was concerned. But then he starts yapping with that. So when that was over, I had to let the nigga know, like, I don't take anybody at No Jumper serious like that. Like, I just don't. Not because you're not tough, but I'm not worried about you. You know what I'm saying? I don't wake up in the morning, oh my God, that's not me. But I'm like, bro, if you want to keep bringing the shit up, not letting it just rest and die, dude, we could set this up. One thing I'm not doing, I'm not going nowhere that I've been invited to and acting a fool because I'm not on that type of time. I'll roast you on my stuff. I'll go in on you on my stuff, or even if we just outside. But I'm not, Flacco asked me, please sit in, just like make sure shit is cool, whatever. I said, cool, man, I'll do it for you. I come up there, the last thing I'm going to do is do the exact opposite of what he asked me to do. So we can argue, we can shoot jokes, you can clown me, your pants is tight, and all, that's fine. But when you keep trying to act like you physically was going to beat me up, we know you don't believe that. So why even try to make that impression to impress a bunch of people online who they want to see you get beat up? So I just look at dude like, bro, you're a fell rapper, so I know you got to have some type of sense. Why are you acting like that? Do that shit with somebody else. I'm here to have an intellectual conversation about degeneracy with these dudes, Big U and them. Don't bring that to me, because if we really just put us both in the field and no one was there to watch, you wouldn't be trying to fight. You'd just be like, it ain't worth it, whatever. Everyone at No Jumper has had an opportunity to beat somebody up or get beat up. None of them have taken that opportunity. You've picked on people who are easy wins. Kelpie, he's a tiny little white dude. You got bro by 40 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Easy. And then Jaleese, the poor damsel. And then Lush. And then you hit him and bro didn't even get knocked out. Bro was still talking when he was on the ground. Like, bro, stop it. Like, he is given entitled rich kid who is trying to prove himself by doing crazy stuff in a world he probably shouldn't even be touching at all. Like, I thought he was a rapper.
They've been on him since the Jaleese incidents happened.
Yeah.
The 2 times the Jaleese incidents happened, they've been running the narrative that he picks on females. He's the new Sharp or whatever the case. Yeah. So him and Jaleese, he had the watch explode moment. Then she came back. They got into it again. And then she wound up quitting. And that's when everybody was like, oh, this nigga be picking and choosing. He don't never had that energy for a dude or anyone bigger than him. So I think he looked at you like, oh, this nigga's a square. They don't know your background. Like, nobody knows your background, right?
It was the 5X shirt. It made me look small.
Yeah.
He was like, you're a little guy. And I'm just thinking like, okay, he probably doesn't know me or whatever. Or maybe Brick, I don't know if the niggas, they might have pillow talk, from the cell. And he was like, yeah, press that nigga because I don't like them niggas. I don't know what the issue was or where it came from. What I know is, I know what it comes from. Every insecure nigga, every light-skinned nigga with a receding hairline and a drug habit, there's a lot of insecurity in there. So I think bro is just in total psychosis. It's almost
psychosis
like, some people want you to beat them up just so they can like feel something. They're like, I need the punches, like some crazy. Like,
I need to feel life.
Bro probably's cutting himself to just remind himself that he's alive so he can feel alive.
Whenever I've been up there, Almighty always been cool.
Yeah.
Like he always been cool. So I didn't have an issue with Almighty. When I seen that, I'm like, okay, he's trying to prove to the chat he can keep the same energy with dudes bigger than him. What I found ironic was when you called him a gangbanger or whatever, he's like, oh, I don't gangbang. I'm pimping this, that, and the third. He used to say he was
a banger.
I know. He used to say he was from BPS, the whole put-off video.
I knew it.
Because that's what Jaleese was saying. I thought you was from BPS or whatever. For somebody who don't claim a gang is going at somebody who is seemingly a square, but he don't know your background, used to gangbang. So I'm like, it was just the dynamic of that was crazy.
That nigga's from PBS, pushback sideburns. That
This nigga crazy. When the temperature changed, what I noticed was the other dude. I don't know who he is. He said he's from Long Beach. I never personally seen him.
Zay, the nigga who with the hair?
Yeah, so he got to be a little younger because a lot of people was hitting my phone. Like, hey, Brandon just got into it. Woo, woo. They trying to jump Brandon up there or whatever. So that's when I jumped on the stream. And he was saying like, oh, nothing to happen. And he insinuated like they'll jump you if something
Honestly,
did happen.
I've never felt, the energy you feel when niggas is plotting to jump you.
Yeah.
You feel it because niggas looking at each other. They're ready. Well, here's the thing. The dude was like, cash me outside. We all walked out together when the show was over. The big sassy dude with the dreads in the middle, suspect in the front. And I walked, I promise you, these niggas disappear like roaches when the lights come on. I'm just going slow because I'm like, well, if they trying to do something, I mean, I don't mind fighting. I mean, because I'm asleep, probably both of y'all, but one of y'all for sure. And I would laugh about it later on my stream. So I'm like, oh, maybe they will run up. I love no jumpers, a lot of space. You know what I'm saying? And if I get to beat y'all up in front of these chicks with these big titties and these, man.
Nigga trying to get on plug
bro,
talk.
They was in there, bro.
Nigga trying to choke a nigga out the plug talk.
Hi, I'm like, ooh. You know, you already feel a little charged up. But my question was, you just walked through a room full of big titties and some of them was out. How can you be this mad walking through a room full of titties before you walk into the recording studio? Bro, that's what I'm saying. He's not in control. But the point I'm making is, it was all this, let's go outside. When the show ended, y'all was out. We went out. I talked to Josh, talked to Adam. I went outside. You guys they didn't go outside. They were still inside.
So who left the room first after the stream? Because when you're in that room, it's just a small door and a small hallway before you get to the space. So from that heated moment, I'm assuming as soon as the show ended and the cameras cut, niggas was like, hey, what's that shit you was
First
talking?
person out the door was suspect. The second dude was the Zay, and then it was me. Once he disappeared with his friend, I was just like, oh, so this is like, I'm on camera trying to turn up and show.
So you think it was the WWE shit?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Listen, it had to be because the word bitch was exchanged, bro, didn't do anything. I think it's just selective. I'm pretty sure I could beat this nigga up, so let me go at him. Let me try to take off on him. Maybe Adam told could have crashed. I don't know, but you can never tell in that situation. But all I know is when we went outside, there was no energy like that. So the whole thing with this guy is this. Have y'all seen the video of this man fighting Lush?
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was a play. It looked fake to me.
I mean, if it looked fake, that's fine.
If it was real, that's crazy. But
even if you fake, you gonna bring some realness to it because you want to make it look real. So that shit that was happening, I'm like, bro, like, the fact that people are like, this guy's gonna beat you from the shoulders, you just gotta give me some body of evidence to show me that, because before I ever knew jujitsu, I was still knocking niggas out. We was still getting into fades in Long Beach and all over. And I ain't lose to nobody, so.
We finally got a response from Brandon from the Viral Way Pod, well, affiliate of the Viral Way podcast. Shout out to them. Y'all go subscribe to them if y'all want to see that whole video. That video is like actually 40 minutes long, but I just watched the whole thing and took, the most important clips, I guess, out. And this was about, like you said, him and Suspect, I got into it the other day. I actually reacted to it live, just off my phone. And you know what, it was crazy, because when I had initially seen them getting into it, I was in the Reddit. I wasn't even watching the live stream. I happened to go to Reddit, and I follow a lot of Reddits, and it was in one of the one-off no jumper Reddits. Somebody put like a 20-second clip. So I went, anyway, I seen it was posted up right then. So I was like, hold on, this happening right now? So I went over there, and that's how I peeped it. But and then when I found out what it was about, did Suspects say that hard R? And I'm like, what? Like, I was lost myself, bro. Like, because I never known Suspect to be, I mean, he's black, for one. You know what I'm saying? I never seen him do no racist type, you know what I'm saying? Anything like that. And I have seen him when he made the joke about, he said the hard R making a joke one day. I think that's what it was. He was making a joke. I can't remember. I seen a clip of it. But yeah, I don't think that in no way, shape, or fashion or form, Almighty Suspect is racist. And I don't think that Brandon from I'll keep saying from the Fireway, but that's not, he has his own thing. But I didn't think that he was, I mean, we didn't see. See, this the problem was that people couldn't see how it was said before the camera cut on. Because if you go back on the live stream, they don't got that part. The live stream starts off with just them arguing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but I would look at him and I wouldn't think that he was like, I mean, I said racist. I wouldn't look at him like he was pressing Almighty Suspect for saying the hard. It looked like he was trying to set him up for a joke. Like, how you gonna say the hard he are and you supposed to be, you know what I mean? That's what it just off of looking at it. But you know, everybody don't take jokes the same, and everybody don't take certain things. And you can tell that Almighty Suspect have been through a lot dealing with just being light-skinned, which I'm pretty sure a lot of my light-skinned brothers, you know what I'm saying? Y'all done been through a lot. Just like the brown-skinned, the dark-skinned brothers. You get disrespect within the black community, man, and then even from outside communities. But a lot of times growing up, we be ridiculing each other. Your hair, or you yellow, just like when Brandon said, you yellow, you a yellow, high yellow N-word. You know what I'm saying? And then that's just how I go, bro. Like, I know it's a crazy thing, but if you're not black, trust me, it's like black people be kind of being prejudiced against each other. I should say that. I don't want to say racist, but prejudiced. And I just feel like Almighty Suspect was kind of triggered, bro. And but I'm gonna be honest too. And I said this, I still feel like, I don't know if Almighty Suspect, something happened. I don't know if subconsciously he seen this guy Brandon before and just didn't like this guy on the podcast, or I seen Almighty Suspect say he been watching the viral way for a couple years now. So I don't know if he seen him on there and was feeling some type of way and whatnot, but that shit definitely triggered Suspect, you know what I'm saying? And to the point where he was ready to fight, you know what I'm saying? And then you have Brandon responding saying, you know, hey, I do jujitsu. If you want to fight, fight is just fight, which is meaning, you know, spark it on me, do something. When somebody say, oh, if you want to fight, you'll just be fighting. That means like do something, you know what I'm saying? Do something. But it's like, it was kind of crazy because it was one of those situations where really neither one of them wanted to fight. Because like, I do agree with what Brandon said. If people want to just fight, they're going to get off on you, or they're going to try to, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that Suspect didn't want to fight, but Suspect wanted him to swing on him. They both wanted each other to swing on each other or do something to each other. But ultimately, neither one of them wanted to do anything because, just like Brandon said, if somebody wanted to fight, they would have just did it, point blank, period. I mean, if you've been in fights, if you've been in the street, in the club, in the jail, in the prison, in the school, in the locker room, wherever, if somebody want to steal on somebody, they're going to steal on them, point blank, period. It kind of threw me for a loop when Brandon was like, yeah, I know he went to private school. So I'm like, what? And I was trying to think, like, did Almighty Suspect go to private school? Nah, not that I know of. I mean, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But when I looked up Almighty Suspect in private school, I actually seen footage of Almighty Suspect giving back to the kids and talking to some kids in an elementary school, you know, doing the right thing. That's the only thing I found when it came to private school.
And I remember one day I was just walking through the school. Now everybody knew who I was. I was just regular one day. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Just regular kid. Dropped the song. Everybody knew who I was within the next day. You know what I'm saying? I'm blue check on Instagram. I was gonna bring all my money, but I wasn't gonna pass it out. You know what I'm saying? But you feel me? Like I'm just saying that to say, like, what you wanna do is possible. You feel me? From this area though, like I grew up on Crenshaw and Jefferson. This mall, I lived in that mall, right there. You feel me? The 40, the bus, the 210, all of it. That's me.
I do know that sometimes, man, people be having bad days, and I heard Suspect say he wasn't really. I guess he hasn't been getting high like that, or so that's how it really be like that. Sometimes when you be sober, a lot of the times when you be sober, it don't take much to trigger you. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have that laxadays, you don't have that I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that attitude from being drunk or being high. You know what I mean? I know I'm speaking from experience. And for those of you who know, sometimes, a lot of times when people be sober, bro, they be not saying they be mad or angry, but easily triggered, easily ticked off. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like it has to be either Suspect was easily ticked off, pissed off, or it's some prior kind of situation. But I don't think that Suspect would like be lying. Like he would say it, man, I've been told y'all don't like that. You know what I'm saying? He would have. I feel like that's nothing to even hold back. Like why would he hold back after doing all that and calling dude a bitch and he wouldn't be holding that back. He would have said it right then. Nigga, I been ain't like you. So I'm like, what? Maybe he just was triggered, bro. And then the N-word, you don't know what he been through with that, especially like I said, being fair skinned. Really, I'm gonna be honest. It was a good moment for them and for No Jumper. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest. I gotta be unbiased. You know what I'm saying? Especially the state of the No Jumper shit with Brick Baby getting locked. Brick Baby was the MVP of No Jumper. Real shit. I'm pretty sure if you ask most people who have been watching No Jumper for a minute, who would they rather see on camera? Like, they would say Brick Baby over Adam, or real specifically Adam. Let's just say, because let's just say those are the two highest on the food chain when it comes to podcasters. I mean, I guess you can do Flacco too, but yeah, I say it'll be Brick Baby, Flacco, then Adam. You know what I'm saying? So, but ultimately, it's a W for the platforms. It's a big W for Brandon and this platform. I didn't even know he had his own channel. I only seen him on the Viral Way podcast. I didn't know he was onto that Tariq Nasheed, and I didn't know he was even into that whole genre. So that's promotion for him. Come to find out, like I said, he's a jiu-jitsu black belt. And I was telling y'all when I was reacting to that, I said, yo, this dude has patience. And I seen where he said he teaches students, you know, I guess martial arts, and I don't know what else. He said he's a professor. I don't know how true that is, but, or what, I ain't gonna say how true that is, but I don't know what he teaches, but you can tell that he has patience, bro, because the average person, maybe, even me, I probably would have spazzed the fuck out. Real shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got patience. You know what I'm saying? But you can tell he's definitely super, because he wasn't even really moving. He was just, the whole time, and Suspect was going the fuck off. Suspect was getting up. Nigga, what, nigga? You was a bitch, nigga. The only bitch I see. Like, he was doing all the head. Remember? Y'all ain't see, if you seen my live, go look at it. He was doing all this. Suspect was snapping, for real. He was like, Suspect was in fight mode. But, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Just another day on the internet, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And what's this, like, incident number 8 with Suspect? That's his MO. You know what I'm saying? That's his MO, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell. I'm gone. 10.
Yeah, I'm smoking gas, feel like EyeQ. Feel like EyeQ. Bitch, I'm smoking gas, I feel like EyeQ. I feel like EyeQ. Bitch, I'm smoking gas, I feel like EyeQ. Yeah, I feel like EyeQ. Bitch, I'm smoking gas, I feel like EyeQ. Yeah, I feel like EyeQ. I'm sipping that red solo like EyeQ. Yeah, I got all these bitches on.